Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video, I will be showcasing 9 different teams, 3 for each variation, to beat the new Kizuna vs Chopper. This time around, these variations are Q, Strength and Dex, and all of them will gain extra mechanics after level 30. We do not know the exact number of the extra mechanics and debuffs because Bandai once again did not provide them, but I am pretty certain that all of the teams in the video will be able to deal with all of the debuffs you will ever face. To be more specific, versus Q, the special bind will increase and the boss will gain % damage reduction shield. Versus Strength, the resilience will increase and then the enemy boss will gain increased defense shield. And finally, versus Dex, the attack down and bind will increase and the boss will gain damage threshold. Some basic information about all of my teams. All of my units are limit broken. Wherever I use the hoe, you can replace with whatever ship you want if you miss the hoe for more damage or whatever else you want to gain. I will offer some replacement during the video. If you want one, you can ask in the comments below. Every team except one, and even that one has a replacement, will be using stat boosting supports, so I won't be talking about supports in the duration of the video. Finally, we have one team for each variation that uses the new Kizuna Milky as friend captain for more tickets earned, and the rest of the teams do not use her at all and can do of course more damage. All of the teams though, without exceptions, can do over 100 million damage. Without further ado, let's get to my teams and strategy versus Kizuna Chopper. Starting off with the Q variation, the first team will be using V3 Lucci in a cerebral team with the friend captain Milky. This is a cerebral team and the only non-cerebral unit is V3 Lucci, so he does not get the full boost from Milky or the attack boost from Vivi Rebecca and the ore boost from Milky as well, so you can start your attacking chains with him. You can also enter the quest with both of your dual units on the Dex form, so you can swap in the next 2 stages, and you need to have the double special activation on rare recruit Pero, so you can activate his special twice. So after he resists special reverse, he can give the rest of the units their specials back as well and do a bit of damage. Here you can also activate Milky to get an ore boost you won't need here in the final stage, and then you can swap both of your dual units for more damage and better slots and beat the enemy. For the final stage, you need to make certain you activate the specials in the correct order so you do not miss out on damage. First, you want to activate V3 Lucci to boost your base attack, but to also get an ore boost, a higher ore boost than what Vivi Rebecca would give you. And then you also want to activate Lucci's super type of course to boost that ore boost and then also make your team super dex. Then you want to swap Vivi to Rebecca for a chain boost and activate Rebecca to get an attack boost and remove special bind. The special bind removal with these units and this positioning is not relevant, but it might be helpful if you make replacements. After Rebecca, you want to activate the Flamingo for a full board of guaranteed matching slots, and finally swap Sanji to Pudding and activate her for a color affinity boost on all of the units and later on to remove damage reduction. Attack and beat the boss. The next team will be using double Halloween Treasure Map Legend Koala as captain, and she is extremely useful here because she will resist for the whole team the special rewind in stage number 2. For the rest of the units, it is pretty important to have this positioning and also enter the quest while you are on Robin and Sanji in the respective dual units. That will be huge help in stage 2, but also Nami from Nami Sanji is not getting her special cooldown reduction at the start of the quest. After Koala resists the preemptive, activate your friend captain for a color affinity boost and a lot of healing. The super type is not relevant here. Then swap to Jinbe for adjacent matching slots, and that means you will have a guaranteed slot on Sanji. Attack with him last on the chain and very easily beat stage 2. For the final stage, to pretty much guarantee your middle row dual units a matching slot, you want to swap them before you activate Morgan. First you want to swap Nami Sanji, then Robin Jinbe to give Nami Sanji a matching slot, Then activate Nami-Sanji to get an orb boost, and to also of course reduce Special Bind, and then activate Morgans twice to have a high chance of getting a matching slot on Robin Jinbe, but to also reduce the rest of the Special Bind when it becomes available. I got my swaps mixed up a bit during this run, but I think it is pretty clear what you need to do. You will definitely understand it after a couple of runs. Now with the Special Bind gone, you can activate V26 plus Sabo for an attack boost and a chain boost. You can activate Robin Jinbe to not only boost your base attack, but to also remove the defensive effect the enemy will gain later, and Koala of course will give you a color affinity. Do not forget to activate her super type this time though, so you can make all of the team super decks and gain more damage. The final team against the U variation will be using Bone Clay with a friend captain V3 Zoro. You cannot use double V3 Zoro captain because that way his sailor ability won't take effect and he won't resist the special reverse in stage 2. So you need him both as a sailor to reduce the special reverse and as a captain to completely remove special bind. Kung Fu Luffy is mainly here to allow Zoro to get his super type ability. If you want to replace him, that is fine. You can replace him with any unit that will help you with damage a bit in stage number 2 and will of course unlock Zoro's super type ability. In stage 2, you want to activate your Sailor Zoro first to get your specials back, and then here we activate Luffy for more damage, so we can proceed immediately to stage number 3. In case you do not have Bone Clay, you can run Super Sugo Law as captain and then replace with a unit that will give you matching slots and some kind of boost in chain. And if you only want to replace Super Sugo Law, an attack booster will do, but of course with both replacements you will most likely miss out on a lot of damage. Now in the final stage, after the preemptive goes through, what you want to do is activate Pralin first to remove the damage reduction, but because she shuffles your slots, you want to activate Bone Clay after her. Law will of course give the enemy increased damage taken and our team an attack boost. Zoro's special will give us an orb boost and then his super type will give us a color affinity boost. And finally of course Bone Clay will give us a full board of matching slots and boost our base attack. You want to make him into a dex unit, the class does not matter, and then you also want to activate his super type to get the chain lock. Then attack 4 tons of damage. The first team against the strength variation will be using Roger with a friend captain Milky. I am using Roger because I don't really have great Q captains with these specific class requirements, but Roger is great here. His despair removal is awesome in stage number 2, but we are using V2 Shirahoshi Mansery anyway and they remove it, so either way we wouldn't have a problem. In stage number 2, despair is of course gone as I said, and now you want to activate Shirahoshi to get a full board of matching slots and to also get a chain boost. Do your best to hit as many perfects as possible, end your chain on the captains and Bone Clay for more damage and beat Carrot. Bone Clay is only here to boost our base attack, so if you do not have him you can replace it with another unit that you possibly have and does that. You can replace with a unit that will boost one of your existing boosts, like Roger's attack boost for example, or in general a Q unit that does whatever will help you clear. In the final stage though, first you want to activate Milky for an orb boost and to remove resilience, then you want to activate Roger for an attack boost, then Bone Clay if you have him and you also want to turn him into a Q unit, classes do not matter. Then you want to activate Bonekichi who will reduce the defense to 0 and give us a conditional attack boost, he is awesome for this quest. And finally Cracker who will give us a chain boost and double our color affinity. Attack starting with Cracker who is not boosted by Milky and easily beat the boss. The next team versus strength will be using Kizuna Legend Ace and Sabo with a friend captain Super Sugo Luffy. As you can see, again I am using Treasure Map Legend Bone Clay, but he is here to boost our damage even further. He is not necessary. If you replace him, you will lose out on damage like in the previous team, but again, he is not necessary. You can clear without him by pretty much replacing with any Q free spirit unit you like. This team can do tons of damage anyway, it is close to 300 million, so he is not that needed. Now make certain you enter the quest on Sabo, then you swap 3 times, leaving stage 1 on Ace. Entering stage number 2, he will remove Despair, and then you want to swap one more time, so the final swap will be the super swap in the final stage, and then you can activate Sabo Mask or any other unit you have here to boost your damage a bit, to hit your perfects and beat Carrot. Generally, an advice for this team, the only needed units are your captains and Arena Bonikichi. Everyone else is here to increase our damage by a lot, but is not necessary. Since the 3 main units I mentioned can deal with everything even after level 30, even replacing with Q free spirit units will probably still get the job done. With this team though, in the final stage you want to super swap to get a very high color affinity boost, and then activate Ace to get a full board of matching slots and an orb boost. Then activate Bonikichi to reduce the defense to 0, get a conditional attack boost, and also end of turn damage to bypass resilience. Activating Bon Clay next will give you a boost in base attack, and also you can turn him to Q, the classes do not matter, and Luffy's special will give you a very high attack boost, while his super type will give you a chain boost. Sabo Mask is not needed again, just activate Sugar, turning everyone into a toy bear, then tap her and do tons of damage. The bad thing is that you need to finish the whole chain and the final tap for the end of turn damage to go through and bypass resilience, so that will lose you a bit of time early on, but the damage later on will be more than worth it. The final team versus Strength won't use Arena Bonikichi, and our captain will be V2 Snakeman with a friend captain Sugar. With this team, I am using limited rare recruit support Brulee on Luffy to remove the block slots in the final stage, but she is not necessary. A replacement strategy you can use is use a stat boosting support, replace V2 Shirahoshi Marcery with 6+ Cracker, and then replace Sanji Pudding with a Q Straw Hat that allows V2 Snakeman to get his super type ability and also gives you healing to get over 50,000 HP, so in the final stage the Kuja Pirates can give you a conditional attack boost. You can even use 6+ on Nami to get the super type but to also get a conditional attack boost and reduce defense, so the Kuja Pirates won't be as necessary. Now in stage number 2 you activate both the super type and the special of Snakeman, you swap both of your dual units, you activate Bonnie, who with sockets will remove Despair and will give you an attack boost in the next stage, and then you attack, ending on Snakeman to easily beat Carrot. Something that is a must-have in this team is Don Krieg's SIP. If you do not use this SIP, you won't have end of turn damage or a way to deal with resilience and you will lose. But with this SIP, it provides end of turn damage even though we lose out on some attack. For the final stage here, after Brulee removes block slots, what you want to do is swap Marcery to Shirahoshi and activate her special. That will give you overheal, which will also allow the Kuja Pirates to give you a conditional attack boost, but they will also give you a chain boost and make your slots a rainbow. Then swap Pudding to Sanji to be on the Q side and activate them to get a color affinity boost. If you have Brulee and Shirahoshi Marcery and you do not make other replacements, you can swap this Sanji Pudding with the limited rare recruit 1 that will give you less of a color affinity boost, but they will still work. Then you activate the Kuja Pirates for more damage and to remove the defense up. And finally you activate Sugar's special and super type for an orb boost, super type, and to turn every other unit into a toy bear. Tap Sugar, the units will take care of Chopper for you, and Don Krieg's SIP will take care of the resilience and finish Chopper. The first team versus the Dex variation will be using versus Ace, with a friend captain Milky of course. And for this team and against the Dex variation in general, you need to have your bind removing units on the left column so they can evade bind in the final stage and also remove it with their special. Here, these units are Sabo Mask and Pirate Rumble Usopp. In stage number 2, you want to activate your rare recruit Luffy to remove paralysis, get matching slots for top and bottom rows, but will also guarantee Ace a strength slot, which will be very important for damage in the final stage. Also activate Milky for more damage and to have an easier time here. She's not necessary in the final stage, but have in mind that if you decide to replace Luffy with another paralysis reducer, you can do so, but Ace needs to have a strength slot, so either add him story support Vivi to guarantee that, or another support that can do it, so he can give you chain boundaries along with an ore boost. Against Chopper here, after sockets take place, activate Usopp to completely remove bind earlier on and also remove attack down. Then Sabo Mask will give you an attack boost and further remove bind. Jinbe will further remove attack down because we will get more turns of both debuffs later on. Ace will guarantee you an ore boost, chain boundaries and matching slots. And then you want to attack, ending on your strength units because of Jinbe's color affinity to do damage and beat Chopper. The next team versus the Dex variation will be using Super Type Sabo as captain with a friend captain V2 Straw Hat crew. But we also need to use the V2 Straw Hats as a sub, because they will pretty much give us all of our damage, but on top of that, their Super Swap in stage 2 will completely remove paralysis. You need to enter with both sub and friend captain on the Dex form, and then just tap one unit to hit the turtle, keep swapping to have your Super Swap ready to go on both units in stage number 2. All the non-legend units here are to deal with the debuffs in the final stage. Make certain you have Kaido and Big Mom in the left column, so they will avoid bind and also remove it. Now in stage number 2 we are ready to Super Swap, and after that we are also going to activate both of the strength form Straw Hats to give us damage and matching slots not only for this stage, but also the next one. By activating them, they will also do damage to Wanda, which will make our time here extremely easy, and we can also swap Kaido to Big Mom, who is Dex, will have color advantage over Wanda, and we can clear faster. Now for the final stage, after the preemptive activates of course, your right column will be binded and your sockets will activate. If you swapped to Big Mom, the Dex form of the dual unit, you want to swap back to Kaido, the Strength form, and then activate his special to remove bind completely. If the threshold is present, you want to activate Inuarashi, if not, not necessary, but for the attack down you need to activate Jack. Finally, activate the Super Type special of Sabo, his special is not necessary, and then attack, ending of course on the final tap of the Straw Hats when needed. The final team against the Dex variation and the video in general will be using Summer Vivi with a friend captain Super Sugo Fest Kid. This team needs you to have Marco and Rare Recruit Jinbe in the left column, so they can evade the bind and then remove it. In stage number 2, with this team, I am going to use the special of Nami and Usopp to remove paralysis, but if you do not have the unit you can replace them with another paralysis remover. What is important in stage 2 is to also activate Vivi's special to get a full board of matching slots, a 3-turn ore boost, and to of course lock those slots to have matching in the final stage. Then attack, making sure you hit your perfects to do as much damage as possible and beat Wanda. Another thing to note is that Vivi won't have her super type ability ready to go, but that is not a problem because Kid will in the final stage after we activate his special twice. Now, against Chopper, the preemptive will take action and so will your sockets. Do not activate Jinbe first though, we want to activate Kid twice. Since we have an ore boost, the first activation will give us an attack boost and the second activation will give us a color affinity boost. That color affinity boost will be higher than the one Jinbe would give us, so activate Kid twice first. Then activate Marco to reduce bind or remove it, and also do the same with attack down, and then Jinbe to completely remove bind if any is present. Marco will also give us a chain boost, I forgot to mention, and then Pirate Rumble Drake will actually completely remove attack down if any is remaining and will boost our damage for a little bit. Also activate Kid's super type, do not forget it, for more damage, and then you can attack Chopper and finish the quest. And these are my teams and strategies against Kizuna vs Chopper for every single variation. If you have any questions, feel free to tell me in the comments and I will do my best to help out. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more in the future, definitely leave a like, I would really appreciate it, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.